Hi guys. So today I wanted to talk about the match summary of Sunrisers Hyderabad versus Rajasthan Royals. So first we'll see the sequence of the match, then we'll discuss some discussion point that came up that should be discussed, and also what it looks like overall. Yeah. So first we see that Rajasthan Royals Rayan Parag has won the toss and chose to bowl first. I think it was a little bit like played into Sunrisers' hands because I don't know what analysis might have went, and I do appreciate them that you should play to your strength, not opposition should not counter. But overall, looking at what has happened and what can happen, this was a bit towards tilted towards Hyderabad's favor. I think they gave into Hyderabad's wishes indirectly, of course not directly. So I want to directly discuss the next point. It's power play. We have to discuss power play. Sunrisers has got 94 runs per over, which is more than 80 runs per over for now. Yeah, so sorry. I'm sorry. More than 16 runs per over. Six overs, not 5 overs. Right? Sorry, excuse me. 16 runs per over. So that's fantastic. So they are on. So everyone is talking about them making 300 runs per. So 300 runs, and I think they are on course as of now at least. So yes, then you can say the power play. Sunrisers did lose Abhishek Sharma. I think the fourth over, if I'm not wrong. So, but 40 was already made by then and all that. But yes, overall, but that didn't affect the momentum. That is really we have to appreciate here. Ishan Kishan here, he played a fantastic role. He did not let the momentum fall too much down. If I do agree that Abhishek and Head are much more explosive, relatively compared. It has become a relative term. It's not that Ishan is not a bad player, but in the overall scenario, Ishan is a relatively less dominant player. But still, thanks to him, they did put a great effort, and it didn't come down even after he left. So we see that 10th over, this is relatively calm overs. I have to say, relative. This is all relative because 10 runs per over is never a bad over. Never, not really for a batting team. But in this context, in this match, that would be a calm over from this red point of view. So relatively calm over that has, I think, made the Head impatient. And I have to also tell, I think Riyan Parag missed a trick. I think I vividly remember last year in Chennai's home match against Hyderabad, Tushar Deshpande took 2 wickets, both of Abhishek Sharma and Travis Head. He bowled a wide, offside, bowled a bit wideish length offside ball. Both of them went for the shot and they gave away their wicket and the backside. Yeah, so towards the boundary they gave away wicket. Both of them at the boundary. So I think that was one trick. Maybe I can honestly get Riyan Parag's point of view. Here, whatever he was trying was not really working, but still, overall, if we have to say, if they have missed a trick, if he had missed a trick, this was one trick that he missed here. Anyways, so that reward was given, and 13th over, Deshpande did take the wicket of Head after a couple of quiet overs. So then we see them, the next game Reddy, then Nitish Reddy, next game Class, and they did their contributions, fantastic contribution from both of them. At least everyone maintained two balls per, two runs per ball kind of thing. 200 minimum 200 strike rate was maintained by each of them. So that did not affect the run rate too much, and so they carried on, and Of course, unfortunate, I have to say, everyone is talking about Aniket Verma this time. Aniket Verma and Abhinav Manohar, both of them, they have fantastic talent, I think, in the end. But today, the balls were not there for them to express themselves. So that's why, unfortunately, their wickets were lost for not too much. At least Aniket hit a six, even if it's a missed field. Overall, so the Sunrisers Hyderabad reached a decent total. In between, we have to talk of Ishan Kishan's century in the 19th over, the last baton, just last ball. He hit the century. It's a very, very, a dominant display by him, very expressive. He expresses emotions. So we have to see this from his point of view. If we have to see from his point of view what happened in his life, he was a India player, Indian national, but everything, lot of negativity surrounding him. He was not playing domestic cricket, lot of controversies. So here is his last time he came down and he expressed himself, and wow, now it looks like he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. And also, to his credit only today, Hyderabad made such a massive score. Just imagine he didn't play as well as he did today. Hyderabad would not have reached the score 280 plus 286 that they reached, would not have been possible. See here the last ball that also went for 4, and finally it's all 286 for 6 wickets. Just today you can see Abhinav and Aniket didn't really click too much. Of course, they didn't have the balls. The situation they were in, they had to go. Even despite of all that, still even the last over gave around 13 odd runs. In the context of the game, that's kind of a good over for Rajasthan Royals. Overall, if you see, there was never too much of tempo that has been dropping from Sunrisers' point of view, and that enabled them to make this massive total 286 for 6. So when we are about to start the very first ball, just imagine this, we are about to start first ball, we have to hit 14 runs per over. So this is a huge challenge for Rajasthan Royals. Now, I have a small issue with this. You see, yes, first wicket was lost. Jaiswal tried to hit a shot, brilliant catch from Abhinav Manohar. But most importantly, I want to talk about this shot in the second over itself. Already 1 wicket is lost, and I do know score is a lot. I do know you have to do a lot, but this ball was hit for 4. Now you see the very next ball, he wants to hit him again. I do understand there's a lot of pressure for runs, but I still think there needs to be short selection. I know, still yes, you have to hit as many balls as you can, otherwise you're never going to win the match. But there should be some sort of short selection from the batsman. Otherwise, if we hit every ball, every odd ball, some ball we're going to get out. So that should not have been the attitude. That's like giving up. So I just have issues with this. I do understand, again, having said all this, I do understand the pressure they feel, the batsmen in this match. Not to discount that, really. So anyways, I have to say, still they've lost 3 wickets. Even Nitish Rana was lost, but still I have to say they did a decent job, pretty decent job. 77 for 7. You see the last ball going for 4. Here it's not visible, so I don't have a clip for that. So 77 for 3 wickets. Even if the wickets are a little bit high, they did not really go out of the game as on now. 6 power play. So we add up 6 14s. We require, as we know, 14 runs minimum. At least a little more, but at least 14 if you see. They require around at least 84, 85, 86, something like that. But they're at 77, just hardly 7-8 runs. So they're still in the match, still tempo was there for them. They took last over, Cummins balled the last power play over and he went for 20 runs. They welcomed him with open hands, I have to say, Rajasthan Royals. So see, this comes as next turning point in the match. You have to say, in the 10th over, they made around 118 odd runs, so it's approximately 12 runs per over. Still behind the rate, 16 runs per over. But still credit to Rajasthan Royals, credit to Sanju Samson, Dhruv Jewell. They're still in the hand. They're doing everything they can. That was great. It's not one-sided. It could have been one-sided, but it's not. But now comes two crucial overs. Zampa's over just goes for 4 runs. In the 11th over, I didn't have a clip, so I had to take a commentary's clip for this. And the next is 12th over, which only goes for 3 runs. Cummins, second over, just goes only for 3 runs. This is a huge impact on the match. You see, suddenly we see 28 odd runs. So 25 runs in 8 overs means 3 runs were added to already 16 runs. So see, can you see this 19 runs per over? Now we require not just, see, I divide things like this. Suppose you need 10 runs per over or less. 1 boundary per over is sufficient. And singles, twos, whatever. 1 boundary and running sufficient. Okay, let's 12 runs per over, 13 runs per over. You need 2 boundaries per over. Now, how do I analyze and how do we get 19 runs per over? So this is already running very, very hot, any team. So now that becomes just very difficult. So you need 2 sixes at least, or at least 1 6, 1 4, lot of, it's just impossible. So you need 3 boundaries, bare minimum. You require 3 boundaries from now, and that's going to be a challenging task. Still, they did not badly, I have to say. Samajit's overs were taken for 26 odd runs, I think, if I'm not wrong. So that was there, but still the next over, Harshal Patel gets his wicket. Sanju Samson is out. Now see, 161, the last ball of the over is out. And again, at just same score, 161 for 4. Again, Zampa takes the wicket off Dhruv Jewell. Now this is a huge, whatever momentum these two guys have built, 60, just even tell this, both of them 66 and 70 runs that they have brought at a very, very good rate. And, still, even though they're lagged behind, still they were in the hunt, you have to say. Overall, approximately scoring 11 to 12 runs per over and still in the hunt overall. Still, but that momentum has suddenly been broken. And then comes the obvious, and then even though they played admirably, hitting a lot of sixes, Shubham Dubey and Shamran Hetmeyer both have done pretty decent job. Of course, as you see, 20 runs per over, 20 runs per over, match is almost over with this. So anyways, they did an admirable job. Last ball, just showing here, 241 for 6. That's the match summary for you. Okay, so overall, as we discussed, if I have to say, discussion points are that maybe Rajasthan missed a bit of a trick during the toss itself. Maybe, I don't know what the analysis are internally. Maybe that was a small thing that I missed, that they could have missed. Then it is all about now shot selection. I have to say little bit. Again, I don't want to be critical. I do understand that the fantastic ability of Hyderabad batters. They're renowned. All of them are technically skilled as well. All the 5. Abhishek Sharma sometimes here and there he goes for every ball. Sometimes I feel that's a bit risky, but otherwise all of them top 5 batters are technically sound. So I do understand the predicament of Rajasthan Royals, but I think not going for every ball. Yes, you have to go for the boundary, but shot selection should have been a bit more careful, bit more. And that would have made a little bit of a contest out of this. Whatever. So it was a difficult task. Riyan Parag is also new into captaincy, so I don't want to be too critical of him. Yes, he's learning for him. Maybe next time he'll do better. But a few things, maybe if they have given Deshpande the overs within power play, maybe 1 over if you would have tried and seen that trick, because that trick already worked in the past. Maybe that is one trick I think that would have missed, and maybe the game would have been, if head is out, easily the match score is never 280, 250, 260 at most, and again this would have been a match. Yes, that's my summary and interesting. Please, again guys, please like, subscribe, comment, share, Please encourage us. Please encourage me. Thank you.